Greetings, viewers at home. Sbongile babukela emakhaya. Of course, you are watching Esther for such a time as this. Welcome and welcome. Niyazi babukela emakhaya, we're discussing women issues. And today, of course, we are discussing a topic, ET, Born to Lead. Hashtag Women in Leadership. And today, of course, I'm joined by the beautiful ladies, the strongest ladies, the phenomenal ladies about leadership. Leadership. Welcome.
Thank you, Sbongile. Thank you so much for inviting us.
How are you doing?
Well, I'm good.
Are you doing
good,
good?
thank
We're excellent.
Oh, wow. Welcome on Esther Show.
Thank you.
Finally, you are here.
I'm very excited.
I'm excited as well. I am so excited. And I feel honored, I must say, ladies. Thank you so much for honoring the invite. I feel so special. I feel so important. I would say, you know, I want people like you guys to come and join us for Esther Show.
Thank you so much.
No,
for
it's
having
our
us.
pleasure. It's our
It's a
pleasure.
pleasure. Okay, guys, greet the viewers at home and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Mina igama lami Nozicelo Ngcobo. I work for Coca-Cola Beverages. I'm the Director for Public Affairs, Communications and Sustainability.
Wow. Babugile, she is a director.
Yes.
The big boss, not just of any company, of course, the Coca-Cola
Oh my
Beverages,
goodness. Oh my
South
goodness.
Africa. I mean, really, uyabona ka Esther sinilethela abantu abakhulu kanjani. Welcome, Sis Nazi.
Thank you so much, sis. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to spending time with you.
Yay!
So,
And Sis,
Sanibonani babukeli ekhaya lona ungithabiseng uMaphophe. Umama uMaphophe is a businesswoman, a hustler, and umama wabantwana bayithu a retired manager. At
Okay.
40, I'm not saying a resigned.
Okay.
Retired manager with customer services and sales in the big corporate Italcom, which used to be one of the giants telecommunications company. But yes, thank you so much for inviting us, and I know we're going to have fun.
yay! Babugile, niyababona? Let me just read bio abo or their profile. So nizobona ukuthi we're not playing here. We are not here to play. This is we mean business ka Esther asidlali. So ngizoqala ngosis Nthabiseng. I-profile kaSis Nthabiseng. Okay, education-wise, she has a national diploma in human resource management. Currently studying her MBA. Wow. Master of Business Admin. Oh yeah. Work experience. Her corporate journey started in 1998 when she was offered a temporary assignment by Telkom SA. The Telkom, not just any company, guys. The Telkom. Through Kelly Personnel Recruitment Agency. As a result, at the Reminder Service Business Unit. In September of the same year, she was appointed permanently after a well-proven record of achievements. Through her corporate journey, she has found opportunities that were empowering, engaging, and encouraging in every business unit. She was placed in different management positions. Her passion and desire to learn more, to do more, and become more. Wow. Into sales and customer services and managerial positions. So she has held lots and lots of managerial positions. In leadership, guys. We are not here to play. And then she has been involved in lots and lots of leadership programs. As I just said, we are talking to the women in leadership. So she has been involved in ambassador program, executive development program, personal program, mentorship program, FLDP, which is female leadership program. As we all know, Esther, we're all about women empowerment. We're all about women standing. We're all about women occupying space and taking up space. That is her profile. These are high profile. Wow, welcome, Sisi.
Thank you for welcoming me, and thank you for reading that. What do they call it? A CV? Is it still a CV? I am looking for a job. She just read my CV. Thank you so much.
And then I'm going to read the profile. Of course, a director of Coca-Cola Beverages South Africa. A female, I must say, a female, a woman who is a director. Not just any company. Coca-Cola yonke babukeli. I mean, I can't wait to have a conversation with these ladies because these are like powerful ladies. Okay. Sis Nostello started her corporate career in 1994 when she was recruited by Sasol into their management trainee program of the top 16 academic graduates in South Africa, class of 1993. In addition to Sasol, Nostello has since worked for listed companies such as Telkom SA. Oh, there's a connection here. South African Breweries, which is SAB, as well as multinational organizations, Philip Morris International and Coca-Cola Beverages South Africa, CCBSA. Nesicela has demonstrated track record in successful managing complex regulatory in industries such as alcohol, tobacco, and recently soft drink. Wow, this is powerful, ladies. Education, I'm just gonna skip some here because education-wise, she studied at Cambridge University, UK. Wow, and she also studied at Gordon's Institute of Business Science, which is GIBS. Studied Masters in Business Admin, which is MBA, specializing in business strategy. Wow. Work experience. She is currently a PAX director or a PAC director at Coca-Cola Beverage South Africa. She has worked as a director as well in Tiger Brands. She has heard as stakeholder relations in Philips International, South African Breweries, and as an executive director. I mean, ladies and gents, especially ladies, if they can do it, what can stop us? I mean, look at them.
Nothing.
Normal people as us. Wow, guys, I must say I'm inspired by you. It's so inspiring, and I feel so proud to call myself a woman in such a time as this because of you guys, especially an African woman. Wow. This is impressive, I must say. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we are talking leadership, born to lead, and women in leadership. So we all know, we've got standard questions, guys, Esther. So I just want to find out, ladies, especially you, Sisi, we're director at Coca-Cola. How have you been during pandemic? The impact of the lockdown and pandemic?
Sisi, thank you so much for that question. Yazi, the pandemic, in fact, I was having this conversation with my sister earlier. The pandemic, yes, it's hit us very hard. It's been a challenge. It's all things that I knew as joyele, but the way I have spent the last few months was really going back and reflecting, and just being still and appreciating all that I am and all that I'm not. Yes. And really considering this period as a crossroads. We would say, once we get over this period, what is it that I need to bring to the world? What are the lessons that I need to take to this new era, this new normal? What are the lessons and experiences that I need to bring through, through my own experiences, through my own life, etc. But also, it was a period of gratitude, sitting back and thanking God for life, thanking God for health. Sesibadala thina sesino chronic usuyasaba nje ukuphumela eminyaka ukuthi nje Nkosi yami mask everything sanitizer, but through it all, we've survived. But thanking God for health. But if you're not healthy, you are useless to the world
true.
and to yourself. And I'm sorry to use the word useless, but our health is very important, and we need to prioritize it. So for me, excuse me, it was a period of gratitude and reflection, and making sure, Guti, when I get into the new normal, I'm bringing my best forward. If I thought the before was my best, the next phase, the new normal, I'm bringing my best, but also encouraging everyone that is within my space. Guys, there's a reason we're here. There's a reason we crossed over. Personally, I know so many people that did not make it with COVID.
Yes.
My best friend, I lost my best friend during the COVID. And it's interesting, would see, in that reflection, we are here because of Esther as well. Would say, we have a purpose. There's a purpose. Why is Pili
Yes.
COVID? And so it's been a period of reflection, but also gratitude more than anything else.
Wow. I like the gratitude part.
Gratitude, yes.
Appreciating life, appreciating our health.
Yes.
Wow, I like that. Sis Tabi.
Well, as the sister is talking, I'm thinking gratitude. And that is the word that was always in my heart. And then I realized that sometimes God doesn't make sense. And for me, it was a period when God doesn't make sense, because I am told when things get tougher, you pray and things change. And it didn't. The 21 days stayed, and then it was an extension. I just felt like Paul when he said, please take away this pain. But God thought, you got it, boy. You are right. You can do this.
Yes.
Keep going. And as I was sitting during this pandemic, I realized that His grace was or still is sufficient. Is not enough, because enough to see you can measure, but sufficiency you cannot measure. So I look back and I think, what was I complaining about? Yes, I was scared. I had to close down. I had to shut down the doors on the 24th of the month of March, and that is the busiest time of the business. And immediately you need to come up with something. Immediately you have to have that sudden mind shift. You need to become another person. You were this person today, and in no time, within 24 hours, you are somebody else. So I realized that when God doesn't make sense, that's when He knows you can do it, because He says there is no burden heavy enough that I can give to you that you will not be able to handle. And God has made a way. So gratitude, being thankful for everything that we have, and also share our space and experiences with the others, because people they've lost themselves, they've lost their loved ones, and some of them lost their position. So we need to make sure that they understand, as she says, Uti, when you go back to the new normal, you go back with something. You go back with
this thing
a
better person. I want to be a better
you can make
person.
it. I've made it. You can also make it.
Yeah. Wow. You know you're on Esther show?
Yes.
On Esther show.
Yes.
You cannot come into the Esther show.
Wow.
Because everything is inspired from that book. When I started the show, it was inspired by this lady, Abayibizo Esther. So you guys tell me, what is it that you learned from the book of Esther?
If I may start, for me, now, first of all, the most profound thing about Esther would say God is not mentioned. It's the only book in the Bible where God is not mentioned.
True.
Which is a very clear indication, would say, not only does He have a purpose for all of us, but He works behind the scenes. God, all of that won't be possible if we are not vessels, as a receiver the message and be obedient. We would see when things happen, go back and reflect and think about it, and then it's not about me. It's okay. What do I do? I always say this to I don't have children. I have nephews and nieces, 28 of them, godsons. I love them all.
Oh, wow.
Lalela, I love those kids.
Wow.
I always tell them, whenever I get stuck, I always say, what will God have me do?
Yes.
And I take this from the prayer Ubaba wethu sezulwini. Where if you unpack it, it
Yes.
says your will be done. Thy will be done. So when I lack answers, I always say, what would you have me do? Ngenzeni? Tell me.
I want to do everything as per your will.
Yeah, what would you have me do? So for me, the book of Esther is, is a very profound account of God's purposes for our lives, his demand for obedience, and the fact that he will he'll continue to work behind the scenes. Unlike the olden days, you won't see a burning bush. But God works through people.
Yes.
Usathane ngeke umbone efika lana
Like
with his
a
horns.
Mbombo,
He works through people. So it's always about reflecting about God's purpose and believing ukuthi he is there. Ukhona. And if you
I might not
you,
feel his presence, but
that-
to call.
Yeah, but that's what faith is. You
Yes.
know, you don't have to see it, it's whatever, but ula. And when that small voice, it's oh man,
Yes.
I'm not saying no, I'm just saying not now.
Yes.
So for me, the book of Esther, and again, the last thing before us is saying aphendule. Every single one of us, you don't have to be who knows or a director, you don't have to be a successful businesswoman.
Yes, yes.
Or Untabi saying, absolutely every single person on this planet, every single one of us, we have a purpose. Even if it's to ukususa umuntu umphazamise kancane nje for 2 seconds imoto idlule ingamshayisi, that is your purpose ukuthi when that person was born nawe wazalwa ngoba there was gonna be a time ukuthi nihlangane and you are saving the future president, you are saving the future scientist ezofika ne-vaccine ye-COVID, etc. So don't ungazenyezi ukuthi mina ngubani ngiphumaphi, I don't have this, I don't have that. Have courage.
There's a reason why you are here.
On your space, I'm here. There's a reason I'm here. Give it to me, God.
That's powerful.
So that's what the book speaks to me on. Those are the issues that it speaks to me on.
There's a purpose. You are here. There's a
All
reason.
of us.
Each and every one.
All of us, sis. All of us.
Powerful. Yes.
For me now, Esther is a vessel of exceptional leadership, wisdom and courage. When you read the story, Esther was on the odds. She's Jew, you know, and in a space she wouldn't otherwise be recognized or be respected. And when she heard of what is about to happen, you know, Ngoba Isita had made a plan, or Haman has made a plan for the Jews to be killed. She could have easily allowed fear to take over and selfishness to control her. You know, inadequacy, fear is also inadequacy. Which I'm not enough.
Yes.
I can't go to the king and you know try and save my people. I cannot come out and say I am Jew. Self-doubt. Am I worth this position? You know, am I good enough to go to the king without being summoned? The other thing, fear of things going wrong. What if I go there and he's not in a mood? Because otherwise, according to the Bible, there was a golden pole, a golden thing that the king would just point to say, now you are allowed to come in. If you would go anywhere near the king without an appointment, you would have died. So Esther, instead of thinking of those things, she actually had the courage, because for every fear or for every scary thought, there's a healing word for it, which is courage. That's what she had. She had so much courage. Makfiwa, but this is how I'm going to do it. And yes, there was no God, but she called on God's intervention to say, this is what we are going to do. She took leadership. She took the first liner. She said, if my nation or my people were to be hit, let me be the first to get the first bullet. And by the grace of God, you know, she survived, and not only her, but the whole nation survived. And the king actually changed everything, changed every rule
Yes.
because of Esther. So those for me are leadership skills. Instead of putting a fear, because it's not, if fear is false evidence appearing as real.
True.
It's the what ifs that you don't even have the answers to. And again, I always say, what if it doesn't happen?
Exactly.
So you've just wasted your time and talents and your gifts on something that's never going to happen.
The courage.
That faith,
I love her courage.
the substance of things you are hoping for, and the evidence of things that you have not seen. It's something that's still bothering my mind. How can I say this is evidence, but I have not seen it? However, it's there, that's faith. That's what I love about her. That's
Wow,
what the
thank
book
you,
says.
ladies. Wow, thank you. I love her courage. I
She
wish
is.
each and every woman can just have that courage to stand strong, to say, you know what, if I perish, let me perish, but
Yeah.
I'm going to do what is right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is what I'm going to do. And it's not only for me, for my people. I have to stand for the other young girls.
Yes.
If it means I have to walk in that boardroom, I'm
Yes,
going
love. Yes,
to
girl.
do it.
Yes.
And I'm going to sit there with courage. You know what?
True.
So I wish we can all have that courage, Ka Esther. We are here, leadership. So I want to find out what makes a good leader. You guys are in leadership. I remember there's a powerful speech that I think it was by a female president, I think Malawi, during it's either was a funeral at Babu Mandela. She said a very beautiful speech about leadership. I'm just going to read. She said, I learned that a leadership is falling in love with the people that you serve and people falling in love with you. It's about serving the people with selflessness, with sacrifice, and with the need to put the common good ahead of personal interest. I still remember, I was a bit young, but I still remember her speech. Because it was, for her, it was fall in love with the people that you serve, that you lead. So according to you, leadership, me. What makes a good leader?
For me, one thing that I've learned in this role, in previous roles in leadership, would say, leadership is very fluid. There's no template. It's okay if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you're a leader. Yes, it is about serving other people, but for me, it's empowering other people to live their purpose.
Wow.
And also, and through you, the purpose of the business in the community must be fulfilled. Yes, we have a purpose to shareholders, to customers and consumers, but there's so much power concentrated in this entity. It must be a force for good. So as a leader in that space, I have my opportunity and the role to say, UCCBSA, yes, uzodayisa cold drink, uzohirisha people, blah, 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 but during a COVID, we will help communities. We will serve the communities around us. We will serve the people around us. But at the end of the day, irrespective of your religious domain or whatever the case may be, our purpose is to uplift other souls. So for me, in leadership, it's all of those wonderful things we've read, but also how do you empower your people around you to live their purposes? Even if that purpose means leaving the business, but finding the courage to shine and live their purpose. And having the courage to tell ungasabi, just jump, you know. But have, these are the things we need to do to have clarity to see this is not a fling. It's something that God has designed for me. Clarity, whether you get it through fasting, through praying, through meditation, you must have that clarity, and I will help you get that clarity. And not to hold it, okay, I need this army of people, let's say, boss. What is your purpose? I want you to achieve it and go there and shine.
Wow.
And if purpose, it's your purpose. Equal purpose better than the other one.
Yes.
I'm having a conversation with one of the young ladies that I'm leading. she wants to be a full-time mom. And I said to her, wow, I wish I had that opportunity. You are raising future kings and queens. You know, so many kids are lost. Ngoba umama akekho ekhaya, ubaba akekho ekhaya. We all have to go and work. You are so blessed. Your kids are so blessed. Ukuthi uzoba sekhaya, ubone every scratch, ubone every mood, pick up everything and provide guidance through and through. So I'm happy for her to go and raise kings and queens.
Wow.
Because that's her purpose, and it's
her
okay.
purpose.
It's okay.
Wow.
Thina
I love what you
sozibona
just said.
thina, but
Yes.
Yes.
let me help this young lady reach her purpose.
Wow. Interesting. I love what you said, that leadership is about empowering another person. That is why you are here, Angithi. Because you are helping this young lady. Serving.
Empowering her.
Yes. Wow. Thank you. And sister.
For me, now, I've always had a dream, which I made it I can say a short statement of developing, you know, because I was given a chance. I was allowed that opportunity to enhance my skills, to develop myself, and by being developed by somebody else. That is leadership. I need to impart that to somebody else. Allow them, as you say, to live their purpose, to reward and recognize. You know, it's so sad in the corporate world that, well, good enough that you have worked, you've reached your target, so you get your salary and that's it. And that's not enough, but that recognition, you know, and proper rewarding. You don't have to give me an extra R1 million or anything, but just to acknowledge and say, I'm rewarding you with this. It could be a book to say, I see you've got the passion in this. This is what I want to give you, not the company, but this is what I want you to have so that you can grow in that. And acknowledge. Ukuthi kena abantu asifani. Acknowledge and accept ama-faults wabantu. And as a leader, it should be my joy to work with those people through their faults, through their lacking. Okay, if this doesn't work, let's try this. Instead of making them, like, destroying them because of their faults. And motivating, sometimes it's underestimated, right? But motivation is not having a wall full of seats and full of guests and then you standing in front talking and playing with words, but motivating the next person to say, you can do it. Look at me. This is where I am. This is how I get here. This is how I'm hoping to move forward. You can also do it. We are in the same situation. You and I are faced with the same challenges. So these are challenges, they are not problems. Because once you think of problems, you already think defeat. But challenges, it's something that challenges you and it makes you want to stand up to say, you know what, I want to face this. Leadership, as this knows, Uti, it's about inspiring, not intimidating. You know, you inspire people to do more, to learn more, so that they can become more. And that's how I was raised in the corporate world. Like we were having a conversation, Manjuguti. She was the first black this, the first female this. I was also the first this, and she comes from Telkom, the TDS, that space that was dominantly for white women. I was the first black person to be in front and deal with customers. And that comes with a challenge. That comes with a lot of things. But I was, you know, fortunate and blessed to have a manager like Amanda who said, I will push you to do more. I will push you to learn more. And I will push you to become more. And that, to me, that's leadership.
Wow. Empowering another person.
Yes.
Wow. Empowering. Making sure that if I'm a leader, I'm not the only person in this board.
They know it all.
No.
They only know it all.
I want other women to come as well. I want other women in this boardroom so that we can do it together. Because together we stand.
Togetherness in 20.
Nah.
Absolutely. And in the togetherness, kungabi togetherness, living a purpose.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how you move the needle. That's how you change things. That's how you cause a wave. Yabona, I mean, Usisi Ntaviseng has mentioned earlier on, Esther was a slave, a Jew in a foreign country. She was pretty, yes.
Yes.
And wangena in Esther.
Yes.
And the timing yongena kwakhe, it was when the other queen had disobeyed the king, waphuma.
Waphuma.
Out of the blue nje, inkosi yathi, okay, wena.
This one.
You would have thought ukuthi the other people abasebekhona who knew the rules of the game,
Yes.
the rules of engagement, how to entice the king.
Yes.
Not this Jewish slave nje vele
Yes,
yafika.
exactly.
Wavele wamthatha. So, wow. And what a time to be a queen
Yes.
when your own nation was going to risk a genocide.
For
Yeah.
such a time
For
as
such
this.
a time, there's a statement, there's
For
a
such
voice.
a
For such a
time.
time when we are the queen
Yes.
to
Mordecai
save your
says,
nation
yes,
from genocide.
For such a time.
So for me, it's really not just allowing God to work in Guma back behind the scenes, but your purpose must be your North Star. Because some days it's about difficult. You lose faith, uzozibuza why. But when you wake up and remember what's it, nothing North Star. Siya at Durban.
Yes.
Imoto izophuka, petrol uzophela, but the destination is Durban. That's my purpose. So, yes, if I empower you, I will demand that you live your purpose.
Yes. Of course.
And mina nawe soba ne conversation ukuthi when you speak to your God, uthi purpose yakho yini?
Yeah.
Then you're spending too much time lana, awuye laphana ngoba muya laphana, it's going to take you away from your purpose. What about this? And nami as a leader, I need to reflect and meditate so that engikhipha ngomlomo ngingakhozi chaos in this child's journey.
Yes.
So yes, empowerment absolutely, but to what end? To living your purpose.
Wow. Ladies, leadership, it's throwing fires, eh? So, ladies, I want to know, there's a young lady watching the show. There's a young woman who wants to see herself in your shoes one day. Who wants to see herself succeeding, empowering other people. But ufuna ukwazi ukuthi, what inspired you guys? Especially when you were growing up. Maybe usesikoleni. She's not sure what is it that she wants to do. She's not even sure about the purpose thing. But uyafuna yena ukuthi to be there. But akazi kahle, maybe whatever that inspired you might help her. So what inspired you when you were growing up?
Yes, it's a multiple, for me, it is a multiple things, and I always reflect ukuthi Nkosi yami, how did I end up here?
Yeah.
Ngeke ngikutshela ukuthi oh, it was A, B, C, D. But one thing that I always try to do is to do that which feels good, that brings me peace. I always tell my children, "Nangifuna ukulala ebusuku." The minute I don't fall asleep, I'm like, okay, why ngalali? It means I'm
There's
off.
something.
I'm off center. But also, have the courage to fall. My undergrad is marketing.
Yeah.
Ngenza marketing. From high school, ngenza marketing.
Wow.
I've never
Yes.
practiced any marketing. Ngaphuma nje from my undergrad, and the first thing ngenza customer service.
Yes.
Yes, maybe marketing there. And then it was regulatory affairs. So strategy and so forth. So what inspires me is that thing ukuthi engikwenzayo ukufeel right, but also ngingabi ne fear of failing. Be open-minded and explore ukuthi, let me put the one step forward, one step forward, one step forward. Ngingathi ene ngifuna ukuba ne Range Rover, ne Maserati, ngibe board member. I've been in corporate now for 27 years. And my peers were already board members back in 2005. Were CEOs, C-suite in 2005 since I be MBA. Mina nje ngangisayi senior manager, etc., etc. They were my bosses. But yes, I was encouraged, but I never felt despondent. Ngathi, you know what, mina I know into engiyifunayo. Yes, ontanga bami sebe lapho, but ngifuna ukuyenza authentically and purposefully, and it must feel right in my conscience. Azunembeza yenye into.
Yes.
Yenye into, yabona lesi voice len, yabona nje mina eyami nje mina shem ekseni ithi lalela, you are moving the wrong direction. So to cut it short, sisi, what inspires me, yes, my mom was there. Thank God for her. She's turning 70 on
wow.
Thursday, by the way. So we're having a
Happy
little thing.
birthday to her.
We're having a little thing planned for her.
Nice.
My mom encouraged me, and it was also following what felt good in my heart, and having the courage. Would see, it's not gonna be a straight line, a linear line. And when I'm able to sleep at night, I knew it was in the right direction. There was, azange kufike something nje, a cloud yathi, oh no, sicelo, director, PA, corporate. No, it didn't. It was just doing good by other people and doing good by my own conscience. And again, I'm hoping
Such a powerful prayer.
one day
We can
there's a
talk
sermon
about-
for that
yes,
prayer.
Please.
Our father, my father, Babu wami,
Osezulwini.
osezulwini. You know, your will be done, thy will be done. What is your will? Mina okay, ngifuna uke the club ngifunani, I want this. But is this what you want for me? You know, and learning to listen to that conscious, that inner voice, knowing when you're off track, and guys, also appreciating what's in it. It's not gonna be easy. No, uhlala endlini ufunde while your friends are partying.
Nkosi yami.
Uhlale phansi chase an assignment.
Oh God.
Wena ke nje shame. I respect you. Mina sengimdala. I can't do what you're doing. I have so much respect for you. But the sacrifices that you are making, believe and have faith. You would say, as a purpose and you keep checking with him every day. Would say, Lalela, are we on the right track?
so,
I always tell my kids, I have these conversations with myself. Would say, self, where are we? Is going to the studio and doing this show bringing me closer to my purpose? Yes or no? Is it taking me far from my purpose? Have those conversations with yourself. Even if you choose the opposite, was okay, I know I'm choosing the opposite. Kodwa, this is how I'm going to course correct. So for me, inspiration, I get it from people like yourselves, people around me, in nature.
Wow.
In nature is consistent. I have conversations with my kids who says in nature is so consistent. The fact that we have oranges and guavas in winter,
Yes.
the two fruits with the most vitamin C.
Yes.
There's no orange in Assam, there's no guava in Assam.
No.
In winter will give you the right fruits and veggies. So in nature will give you the right fruits and veggies in the season.
What you need.
So-
We need vitamin C in the winter.
Lento lena aina aikhulumi, it's this big,
Non-negotiable.
it's this big world. A follower God's rhythm. And it brings me to Ngzokhala. It brings me to my dad's favorite song, Umbedesho.
Oh, Tiko.
So it's about finding time in your busy day. Yes, finding busy time and would see, I'm in this universe, I'm in this planet. Ngenzeni? Ngenzani?
What is it that I'm doing?
Senzani? Sesilapho sasikafiki. And uyaphendula. He answers.
And it does.
It will be a random conversation, a random voice, something. Of course, ngeke ezelana in the burning bush, but he answers. We need to learn to listen. So that's why when I get my inspiration, I would say, literally, I just open up myself and I reflect and I meditate. And again, whatever it is, it must feel right in me.
Wow.
It has to.
It has to, eh?
But the opposite
love
is
what
also
you
true.
just
If I have to
said.
stand up and say, la 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 la, Mr. Corporate, I won't choose him in. Like, you try in, hey, no, booyah. And then Puma Silo tell you what I'm saying. But if in my role as director, if I don't stand up and defend that which is right by my colleagues, by my black women, by my young graduates, ubani uzoyenza? Angithi mina sengitsheliwe mina ukuthi ayikho right lento. So ngizothulelani? Why must I keep quiet? Ngoba there's a conversation happening. Yes, yeah, no, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. Yeah. Ngiyanizwa kodwa in chasing this goal, it affects these employees and. So you have to speak up.
Wow.
Kunzima, your voice is shaker. Yes,
Yeah.
if you would file in this company, then your time is up. You've fulfilled your purpose.
Stand your ground.
Yeah. Awulwi.
Yes. But you're just voicing out.
Yeah.
Ngoba if uthulile uzubuyela ekhaya uthi I should have, I should have, hey Nkosi yami.
Should have, would have.
Would
Yeah,
have, could
hey.
have.
Could have.
I love what you just said when you said, always do the right thing.
What feels
Yes,
right.
yes.
Oh, I remember, I think it was Oprah who said that. Always do the right thing
Says
and
it, do
success
the-
will follow you.
Do the right thing.
Always do the right thing. I'm going to change the question for you
No problem.
because our time is here. So I want to know, what are the challenges as a woman leader that you normally face? We women, we face a lot of challenges. Now we're facing this gender-based violence. We're facing gender inequality, especially in corporate world. What challenges
Look,
do you face? as
being a
leaders?
woman has always been a disadvantage. I don't know why. Always, as a young girl, you need to prove yourself to your peers, girls, boys, that I can do this. At home, to the family, you need to prove yourself. In religion, you need to prove to your peer Christians, your ministers, the institution. In politics, you also need to prove yourself. In our social cycles, I have to prove myself to okay, I'm this one, I have this, I have that. Now, I was telling Usnozi now, sorry. We used to fight, boss, and there was a time where I had to be controversial to say, listen, boss, I do not have to shave my face to feel in that position. It took him 2 months to understand Uguti. I can shave my legs and still be in that position. And I don't have to act you out. I don't have to act manly out for me to be in this position. I am me. I am female. I am able. First of all, I am able. Second of all, I am capable. Third of all, I can and I will. So every time it's that issue, I can and I will. And when you come up with that strength and courage in you, it becomes sort of intimidating to the other gender, even our own gender. And this is where now we get to, you get to be prejudiced, you get to be sidelined, you get to be, you find yourself in these smaller nyana cycles of groups of people, and you are now in a silo. You are being pulled from all directions because you need to prove yourself. For what? I don't know. I'm thinking to myself, who said mechanic is manly? Who came up with that? Who said I cannot think strategically? Who said I cannot think factually? Simply because I'm passionate, I'm affectionate. You think I cannot use my mind beyond that? So the challenge is the manner in which society has perpetuated some of the positions, some of the roles, some of the duties. Uguti, a duty of a woman is in the kitchen. You good in here. You cannot be a horse rider. You cannot come and fix my car. You can't fix my TV or my cell phone because you're a woman. So the challenge is, first of all, being feminine. It's not taken seriously. And I think that's the reason I got tired of fighting and said, you know what, I will do what I know I am able, what I can, what I will, because I can do it. I will do it because there's a will.
Yes.
You see, the can is the ability. The will is the willingness. That's why God always says, I will, because he only has the will. Now, when I will learn if I don't know. I will push myself if I have to. I will stir a storm in a teacup. It's okay, just so that I'm in that position. But it gets to a point where it's so tiring. It's not good. Why do I have to?
Yeah.
You have your academic records, you've got your belts, your everything. You still need to prove beyond color, beyond gender, beyond ability, beyond age. I used to fight with my boss a lot. We sit in an interview. I'm looking for candidates, for people. We're looking for someone who's not older than 28 years old with this qualification and so much experience. These things don't match. They don't match. And when you look at it, which I've learned, when you look at it, the other race, they would have with the package full, not because they have experience, but you know they are so smart that during the school holidays, uyamthatha umntanakhe eze naye office. It just facts for me. And that is experience.
That
And
exposure,
we don't do that. We are not exposed, or we were not strong enough to do that. And I started doing it. That created a lot of animosity within my space. Ukuthi, I will do it. And this is the experience. If there's a learnership, let me run this learnership. Let me take responsibility and accountability for this. So the challenges are everywhere. The fact you're with Nozi, she needs to prove to me that she can occupy my space and have a conversation on the same level. Because for some reason, I don't know her and I feel I know better. So therefore, her leadership skills or the qualities that she has, I must just try and find a way to diminish them or to make her feel smaller, you know, which is something that we also need to actually work on.
On as ladies.
The worst thing, or the worst, how can I say, mentality towards women and black women is always to first self-doubt before you being doubted by the next person.
Oh, yes.
You know, that really hurts me. And I would find myself during the interview correcting, which is not right, to say, no, you can't say I think. If you say I think, you're not sure. Just say I am. Because I want you to have that courage, that stand firm belief in you that I do this. And when you look at the other racer, no, I can do it. I cannot, not I think, because I think. It's because you doubt yourself. So that is the challenge. It is self-doubt before the next, you know, the next person can doubt you. And my wish is that we could stop fighting to have this thing go away, but empower, impart, associate, you know, so that we bring a lot of us in one room or in the same space to say empowerment, leadership, you know, greater thinking, thinking out of your box. This is where we started, this is where we got to, and this is where we are going. And that is the greatest challenge for me.
Yeah, we face a lot of challenges.
It is.
And the struggle still continues.
Yes, it
It
does.
still
But
continues.
we have a role as this generation to take the baton from abo mama umini wandela. Ukuthi uhambe wagcina lana.
It's
My mom uhambe wagcina lana. Let me add to the progress.
Yes.
Don't take the movement backwards. But in my space, with my nieces, with my nephews even, you know, with my colleagues, etc., how do I take it forward? So it's a journey.
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
We still have a long way to go.
We do.
We have a long way to go. Okay, I want to find out, ladies, as you said, that most of the time, people believe a woman's duty is a kitchen. You are female, you have to go back. You're saying you are a wife, you are a mother. How do you balance your life, your work and your personal life?
For me, is the F's of my life. That is my faith, my fellowship, my finances, my family, and my friendship. Now, faith is an idea. Faith is something that I have not seen, but I know it will happen. Balancing this, or knowing how to prioritize that, helps me balance my life. As you say, after work I need to go and cook. Must I be standing behind the stove to be cooking? Cooking is food, right, isn't it? Now, in my mind, there's this saying who might be exhausted sometimes. Must I be standing? No. We can go there and as a family come together and delegate, if I may use the word delegate. I have a meeting, or I will be having a meeting, so these are the chores, sharing, right? and coming together in a space where we understand each other and have faith that I can rely on my husband, I can rely on my daughters, right? And also, we are sufficiently provided for by our Almighty to sometimes order with Uber Eats on my way, and hopefully, Uguti, the husband is not too traditional and too executive to say, I need all this strategy, but you know, so that faith, the finances, the fellowship, as Osisnos was saying, it's not about going to church, but it's about sometimes having something, a problem, and when you get to the fellowship in that space, someone says these words and you're like, oh, this is actually what I'm going through, and there's no stress about it. Friendship. For me, friendship is so important. I need to be gaining something from you. I need to be benefiting something from our ship, from our friendship or a relationship. You need to be learning something. So if I'm not getting anything from you as my friend and you're not getting anything from me, there's no benefit and there's no ship, there's no friendship. We're not sharing anything. We're not in the same level. We're not compatible, if I may to say. So those are my ways of balancing and prioritizing my life. My faith comes first.
That's very powerful. Yes, I'm just stealing a few nuggets, gold nuggets from Tabi Singh's experience. Mina, I have a very different approach. I believe there is nothing like work-life balance, because the minute you put a label on it, you are in the struggle. It's okay, 50%, 51, 41, 41. For me, it's about prioritizing where I place my energy.
Yes.
And making a decision, what is it that I want to do right by. And making sure that which I've decided to do right by, I give it my energy accordingly. Whether it's my career, whether it's my personal relationships, whether it's my friendships, etc., etc. I need to make a decision. So for me, it's really not about work-life balance. I just find that term very limiting. But also, getting the foundation right. I'm a wife. There are certain roles that I can't delegate.
Yes. True.
I happen to be Zulu. I know the Zulu men. Angifuni silo asili. Abona lo conversation ngena angifuni lokho iqala ukukhulunywa ke manje. I foundation nje ukuthi ama basics between a man and a woman must be fulfilled. Singalokho siyale nale. As a parent, khona ama basics afanele bekhona abe fulfilled. Let's not go there. But over and above that, where do I get my support? Who can support me? Where can I use my mom? Etc., etc. And if there is a time where I need to redirect my energy away from my career to my family, you meditate and say, "Nkulunkulu, ngicela unginike the right words to have this conversation with my boss." And so that's me ngicela u A no B no C kube clear. And when I have to redirect my energies back to my career, ngikulu baba sekhalalela ke love. Kuzoba kanje kanje kanje, and this is the purpose, and this will benefit our family kanje kanje. So ngicela unginike 2 weeks. But the basics won't be interrupted.
Yes.
So that's how I view it. And also being comfortable with some days we will not get it right.
Yeah.
One day everything will fall through the cracks, and it's okay, because the cracks tell me to okay, let me reflect. Okay, ngidinga uThabi Sengi la, hayi la. Ngidinga uSbongile la, hayi la. And 1, 2, 3. So the cracks for me, ama blind, ama mirrors la, ama blind spots. Angikhombisa ama blind spots, ama side mirrors, thanks sis. Oh, okay, this is how I should do it. And I always tell my team, the pursuit of perfection is the direct route to hell. There's nothing like perfection. Bring your best foot forward. So that ulale ebusuku ngoba uthi I've done my best.
Wow.
And it's my race. Angiracing namuntu. Shuthi best wami, I did better than I did yesterday. Not better than uThabi Seng, not better than uSbongile. I did better than uZicelo yesterday. And that's all I can achieve and aim for.
Okay, yeah, unfortunately, our time is up.
Wow.
I'm having so
But-
much fun.
Yes, I
did-
know.
yes,
eh?
yes.
But ladies, what advice would you give to a young person out there who wants to be a leader? There's a young woman watching them who's like, but I want to be like them. I want to be like her. Especially those ladies that are entering a male-dominant industry or positions. Like when, I don't know if I am allowed to ask this question.
Sure.
You are in a board of director of Coca-Cola Beverages, South Africa.
Yes.
How many female leaders are there?
There's 3 of us
Out of
12. Bangaki.
whoa,
Wow. Wow.
only 3. We're not even close
Percentage?
to 50%. We're not.
No. It's 0.0.
So, okay, what advice will you give?
So, again, these things about journeys and processes, we may not have all the answers today, but the first thing that I want to tell you is to own your femininity.
Yes.
The energy you bring into your world, into your life, it's a feminine energy, and there's power in the feminine energy.
Yes.
So don't try to be a man who's a failure. Don't try to be a man. Second advice for me is find your purpose. And if purpose purpose, only God will tell you what your purpose is.
That's powerful.
Have a relationship with your God.
That's powerful.
God, what is my purpose? Uzokutshela, I swear. He will tell you, ukuthi, the reason you are here is ABC. And ask him to open your spiritual eyes and ears so that when the answer ifika, kuwizwe. Ngoba sometimes ufika transport, uNkulunkulu alethe helicopter, when ubheka BM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yabo. So own your femininity, find your purpose, and everything you do, ask yourself, is this taking me closer to my purpose or away from my purpose? And don't fear failure. Sister Ntabiseng mentioned it. Don't fear failure. Don't fear failure. Failure is your best friend. Embrace it. Yes, your ego will take a knock. Your whatever, your whatever will take a knock. But that's why you have a fellowship. You're somewhere and offload. You meditate and ask God, what do you want me to do with this failure? And have courage, guys. And Ntabiseng mentioned earlier on, ukuthi, I know we don't have a lot of time. Yazi ngihlale phansi ngibone umuntu wesifazane, a young lady doubting herself. Kita Wema, she's so beautiful. She's so young. If I have what she has right now, yazi, I would be
Far.
I wouldn't even hesitate. Umuntu azidoubt. And I had gone through that process. I remember doubting myself. And I'm thinking, wow. So have faith in your abilities. Because your abilities are there for you to fulfill. Tools and processes and whatever to fulfill your purpose. I mean, I'm not a singer, I wasn't meant to sing. I can't sing to save my life. So, competition of cool and
You're not even gonna go there.
But there are things enginazo that have directed me to where I am. So find your purpose, embrace your femininity, don't fear failure, and have a conversation, have a relationship with your God. Uzokutshela what your purpose is.
Wow.
He's your father. Babu wako.
Powerful. Wow. I hope, ladies, you heard. Yo. Okay, I'm gonna do a closing. Sis.
Yazo Sis Noscolo said everything, and thank you. What I know and what I've noticed is the lack of sense of self-worth in our young black women. The sense of instant gratification. You know, ayikho into ehwapwa. It is a process. Everything bantwana basekhaya has a process. A process means siqala la, siyoqina lapha. And there are happenings within the process. Please understand. I can be sitting here and see me driving whatever, but I have gone through the process. I have been knocked down every time I tried to stand up, every time I was trying to climb the mountain or the cliff, something pulled me down, but I refused to stay down. And it still happens even today, in the marriage, in the corporate world, in the business, in everywhere. Ayikho into oyenza manje bese inikeza ama results now. Ask a farmer. You go to every farmer.
It's a process.
UZZ2 knows ukuthi he needs to wait for a certain period for his tomatoes to reach this quality ends ukuthi ziyothengise Woolworths. So all I'm saying is everything in life has a process. It has to start somewhere and end somewhere. Ukasta Siminya knows ukuthi it is not where I start, is where I go, where I'm going. When they're saying on your marks, be on your mark. And when they're saying ready, focus where you're going. And that when that paper gun goes, stick to your lane.
Yes.
She sticks to her lane with the noise that's everything that is happening around her. She's stuck to her lane and she has always achieved her goals. So on your marks, focus on your goal, stay on your lane, be with every step of the process. You will make it.
Wow. I'm inspired, I must say. I am so inspired right now.
you so
Ladies out there, I hope you heard what these are powerful ladies. They've I mean, Sis knows, Uchi, you've got how many years? 27 years
I've been in corporate.
in corporate. And corporate, it's not nice.
It's not kindergarten.
No, it's not nice. I remember when I first started at Coca-Cola, I cried. I remember my manager called me, was like, we don't do this here. You have to stand strong. You have to be bold here. And here I am. Now I can stand.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
can stand
Yes,
now.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So I'm so inspired by them. I hope you guys are inspired. Sis knows, Uti, find your purpose. Yes. I don't know how many times have we said this, Esther show. Find your purpose. Embrace your femininity. Don't compete. When we say stand as a woman, be courageous, we're not saying we're competing with men. No, we're not at all. But we are exercising our inner power that God has placed in us as women.
Yes.
Because I believe we've got so much power within us as women. But see, be on your marks.
Be on your mark.
Be ready. When the opportunity comes, it must find you ready.
Yes.
It has to find you ready. So, guys, let's be courageous. We can do this. I mean, they can do it. So, which means, we can do this. We can stand. We can be courageous as Esther. I mean, we've got so much power. I mean, I believe in women a lot. I don't know why, but God has placed this thing with. No, men, women can do a lot. Not because, as I'm saying, not because we're not competing with men, but we're exercising our power as women. So let us stand bold. Let us be courageous. We've got leadership. I'm the director of not just any company. Guys,
Coca-Cola.
beverages, South Africa.
I'm
Actually, by
telling you.
3. Also by 3 with board of director.
Imagine.
And you know what is the duties of board of, they not control, they manage and direct the company. So Usisinozi, she's one of the people. Moboni Coca-Cola making millions and millions. You must know good. Usisinozi, they're behind those decisions that are taken. So be courageous. That's all we're saying, Esther. If they can do it, I mean, you can also do it at home. They are female. Bahlala kuma boardroom with the male and white as well. I guess we're still fighting that struggle. But Esther was saying, stand, be courageous. And from me, ladies, thank you thank you so much for coming into this show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
darling.
Thank you very much.
This is
These are lovely.
Yeah,
So lovely.
guys.
Thank you so much.
So thank you. And I believe everyone who comes into the show, she's an Esther in her own journey, in her own field. So you guys are the Esthers of today. And you were raised and born for such a time as this.
Thank you
Yes,
so
it's
much.
hard. Yes, it's difficult.
Yes.
But for such a time as this.
It's not us who will pay.
Who else? Who else?
Who
I
else?
mean, you look at Abotuli Madonsela. That woman, she's my Deborah. That woman, she, with her title, a position and anointing, she managed to do everything. If she can do it, I always wake up and say, if Tuli Madonsela can stand for that,
Sure.
Wow. Thank you so much, ladies. I hope I'm going to see you next time.
you will.
Yes, absolutely. I had fun. I'm coming back.
Of
We're
course.
going to be residents.
Thank you so much, viewers at home, for tuning in on Esther Show. Do stay tuned for our episodes that are coming this month of October and November. We keep it relevant.
Yes.
It's not all about spiritual. You know, I'm a director. I'm a cool.
goodness.
Esther. Anyway, bye, viewers at home.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.